Yes guys, welcome to the channel. I've been earning a full-time wage from betting for about 5 years now. So trust me, I've ridden the ups and the downs. I've seen it all. But you're always learning, always learning. And this is what this YouTube channel is all about. I'm sharing to you guys what I've learned in these 5 years and how you guys can also get success with football betting. So if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that red button because I have so much content coming out. And if you gain some knowledge or this video helps you out at all by the time you've watched it, please make sure you hit the like button because it helps me out massively. Now, first things first, I want you guys to be honest with me. How many of you guys, I'm talking to you actually, right? You here, how many times have you blown your entire betting bank balance? Come on, own up. Let me know in the comments below. Give me your stories because we've all been there. Anyone involved with betting has blown their bank at least once or got very close to it. That's why the bookies earn millions, if not billions pounds a year, because people do blow their betting bank balance all the time. So it's happened to me, of course it has. There's not one person who's been involved with betting who have not lost their bank. I've done it years back. It happens to everyone. Let me know below. And that is why the staking plan is so important. No matter how good you are at betting, you must have a staking plan. All the professional gamblers, traders, whatever you want to call them out there, including myself, all use a staking plan. It's just so important. Because the thing is, no matter how good you are, you will have losing streaks. No matter what, you will have losing streaks. There's not one professional gambler out there who is constantly winning every day. They will have days or even weeks, maybe months, where they are on the down. It happens, but you know, it's how you protect your bank. Like I said, it's so important. I keep saying it, but it really is. And if you watched my previous video, which I uploaded last week, I went through my recent results. I shared everything with you guys, and even in that, you can see the losing streaks. So it happens to everyone, and there's no point lying about it and saying, oh, I'm always winning, because it's not true. And it's the same for any proper professional trader. They have losing streaks. So anyway, I'll add that video to the end of this one. Once you've watched this, I'll have a little square and you can watch that video and you can see all my results. But wait till the end to watch that, okay? I'll add the link. So in this video, I'm going to go through the staking plan that I use, and it's also the plan I obviously tell the guys in my premium group to use. It's super safe and it protects you for when you do have these losing runs, because like I said a minute ago, they do happen without a doubt. But on the other hand, it also helps grow your betting bank balance when you are on the winning streaks, okay? So it protects you and it helps grow it nicely, okay? So you've got the best of both worlds. Because without a staking plan, your discipline is out the window, okay? The bad runs will happen, and it's how you act upon it. If you start increasing your stakes when you're on a losing streak and you chase them losses, then they lose, and you think, oh shit, let's double the stake this time and we'll win back all the losses, and then that loses, and then before you know it, your betting bank balance gone, and you're trying to find your credit card or debit card and you're trying to deposit money back into your account, and you're back at square one. And on the flip side, it also protects you when you're on winning streaks. And you might be thinking, what's he on about winning streaks? If you're winning, it doesn't matter. Well, it does, because if you don't stick to your staking plan, even when you're winning, your mindset changes when you're on a winning streak. You know what you're talking about. You've won a few bets in a row and you now think, okay, you're the betting god now. You're going to win so much more money in the next weeks, few months. You think you've cracked it. You think you've cracked the system. You're going to earn unlimited money. So you start jumping your stakes massively because you're winning, and then bang, it all goes in a couple bets. You're like, shit, what have I done? So even on winning streaks, it's important that you stick to this staking plan. And another thing to mention, if you're doing this seriously, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. You're not going to be earning insane money when you first start out if you have a small betting bank balance, okay? It's as simple as that. If you've got, say, you're doing £5 per bet, as that's what you can afford, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you know it's going to be a steady growth. You're just growing it nicely each month. If you're expecting to turn £5 stakes into like £500 profit in a month. It's just not going to happen, okay? Just be a little bit more realistic with your aims and you'll be okay. So yeah, listen to this video carefully. We're going to go through exactly what I do. Take notes if you have to. It's very simple though, to be honest, and just make sure you use it, because if you don't, it's just not going to work out for you. Okay, so the staking plan is very simple. I like it simple, nothing crazy, but it's effective. We don't need to recreate the wheel here. So first of all, let's talk about your betting bank balance. So let's just say you've opened a new account on Betfair Exchange. You've got zero, because obviously it's a new account. Or you've just blown your bank and you've watched this video and you're starting again. Same thing. But let's start with how much you deposit. When people join my premium group, I sometimes get messages asking me, how much should I deposit? How much should I put in? The thing is, only you know that answer. And as always, you should only put in what you can afford to lose. It's very simple, but so important. If you're in loads in debt and you've got loans to pay, you're struggling, just close this video now, because betting is not for you, okay? Just don't risk it. There's more, more better ways to earn regular income, okay? Which without the risk, that's what I meant, without the risk, okay? So if you're in a bad period of your life with money, definitely do not turn to betting. But if you're comfortable and you've got some spare cash and whatever you put in you're happy to lose, fine. So if you've got £1,000 sitting there and if you lost it all tomorrow, it's not going to cause no stress to you, your life, your family, fine. Go for it. But again, just think about what you're doing as always. But in this example, in this video, we're going to be using a betting bank balance of £1,000 just to make it a bit more easier to follow. So how much do you put on each bet to start with if you have £1,000 bank? I always say between 1% and 3%, okay? So whatever your betting bank balance is, each bet will be either 1%, 2% or 3%. And like I said, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. You might be thinking, what, just 3%? So 3% of 1,000 is £30. So when you first start, you'll be using £30 per bet. And you're probably thinking, yeah, but I've got £1,000 in there, why not do £100 per bet? That's 10% of your betting bank balance. A few losses and that's it. You're going to be doing what I said a minute ago and chasing your losses. So 3% keeps it nice and safe, or even safer, go for 1 or 2%. But me personally, I do 3%. Only time you will change this is if you're doing a more riskier, higher odd bet. So in my premium group, usually if the odds are around 4 upwards, I will use 1.5% instead, okay? So in this example of £1,000 betting bank balance, for the higher odd riskier bets, we would use 1.5%, which is £15, okay? Half the usual stake. The main thing here is just to never go over the 3%, okay? If you're staking 3%, it's fine to go underneath that for riskier bets, but just do not go over the 3%, no matter how confident you are, no matter what. Because trust me, the bets that you place, which you think, this is 100% coming in, this is easy money, I can easily double my money here, I'm going to do 20% of my betting bank balance, they're the ones which will bite you in the arse. Trust me, the ones you feel most confident about will lose. So just do not go over that 3%. Now, how often should you update that 3%? It's up to you really. Like, it depends how many bets you do a day. Let's say you only do 1 or 2 bets per day, then just calculate the 3% each time. But then if you're someone who does, oh my god, let's say 10 plus bets a day, calculating the 3% every time, especially when you're doing quick in-play bets, might be a bit long. And if that's the case, then maybe do it every 3 to 4 bets instead, okay? You don't have to do it every single time, but do it every 3 to 4 bets. So this protects you, because when you're on a losing streak and your money's going down, you're calculating 3%, then 3%, then 3%. So your stake will decrease each time. But the smaller your betting bank balance goes, you're just going to get that extra protection, okay? That extra leeway. Same as when you're on a winning streak, your 3%, you're calculating it each time, and your stake you use is going to increase as well. So your profit increases with your bank. Now, like I said earlier, using just 3% might feel tiny when you've got your betting bank balance and you're used to spending loads per bet. But let me show you this graph and you can see how quickly you can grow your bank, right? So if we look at this, right, so month one, let's say for argument's sake, you start with a bank of £333, 34p. 3% of that is £10, okay? That's why the betting bank balance has pennies on, because it's just nice to round up the stake to a tenner, right? It makes it easier. Now let's say on average we earn 8 points profit each month. So 8 points is 8 times your stake, which is, let's say you win, I mean, you're going to be winning and losing. But 8 points would be, for example, winning 8 double your money bets in a month, okay? Just in short terms, just to make this easier, right? And I've put 8 points because that's a good average to aim for. In my premium group, I aim for 10 points per month. Sometimes it's 12, sometimes it might be a little bit less. Sometimes it might be 6, sometimes maybe 5, but 8 to 10 is a good average. So you can see here, with a £10 stake and you earn 8 points, your profit at the end of the month will be £80, right? That's nice from £10 stakes. But then let's say you do not withdraw that. You keep that profit in your bank, so now you have 413.34p. Again, use 3%, you've calculated it again, so you've calculated once more on the first of the next month. And you have £12.40 now, and so you get 8 points, you get £99 profit, and you just keep adding that profit onto the next month and recalculating your 3%. Now, obviously in this example, you're only recalculating it at the start of each month, but just for argument's sake, so you can see how this works, all right? But like I said earlier, I'd recommend doing it every 3 to 4 bets, or even after every bet, but just to make this graph look easier, it's calculated once per month, right? So as you can see, it progresses each month. I mean, within month 5, your stake is already over doubled. You're on £23.64 per stake now, and you're earning £190 per month. And you keep doing this without withdrawing. I mean, you can withdraw if you want, but keep it in there if you can, so then your bank grows and your stake increases. And in just 12 months, I say just 12 because you are starting with a small bank here, but in 12 months, you've gone from £333.34p all the way up to £3,552 from starting with just £333 to that is insane. And you've gone from £10 stakes to now staking over £100 and getting £850 profit per month with just 8 points profit. So you can see how quickly this staking plan can work, okay? And after all this, you start the next year with a betting bank balance of £4,405. So yeah, I just wanted to show that because that just shows you how quickly it can grow. Even with just £10 stakes at the start, it can grow very, very quickly if you're very disciplined and you stick to this. And getting 8 points profit each month is realistic. I mean, if you're not very good at doing picks yourself, you've always got my premium group you can join, which we do get around 10 points per month. So you can grow even quicker than this. I'll post the link below if you want to join that. In next week's video, I will go through how I pick my bets. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out. If you learned from this video and it was helpful, please hit that like button. Comment below your stories about your betting bank balance, if you've lost it all and if you've chased losses. You know, we're a family here. Tell the truth. Let us know below. We can have a little discussion. And thanks for watching, guys. I shall see you next week. Take care. Smash your bets. Stick to the staking plan. Peace.